What's the story, folks? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Big up yourselves.
Red
Welcome to
Terra's
Red and
pew
Terra.
pew 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 pew
Pew,
pew
pew, 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 pew.
pew get the pew pew.
There's a lot of Dukes. A couple of murder charges in there.
I got
Right, what we're gonna
doing that as
what?
well. That's probably gonna be a thing now.
Right.
Just rhymes with that. Views.
Aye. Views, pew, pews. Duke. We're gonna just mash a load of stories together here for this segment. We'll try and skip through them as quick as possible, so we won't get bogged down. But we're gonna get started on an interesting one here. Now, I don't know people that into folklore belonging to joints and stuff like that, but more importantly,
linking to gingers.
Ginger joints.
The question, because
the implications of this are far-reaching. Like,
I mean, you say folklore, but I'm kind of living proof it's fact. But anyway,
it's a bit of a legend, you know what I mean? So mythology, legend, all the time. Imagine a bigger dickhead than Red, like a joint dickhead.
Can't.
You know what I mean? So we'll jump into this story here. Just let me share the screen. Chrome tab, and we go for
these mysterious red-haired giants of Lovelock Cave.
Lovelock Cave. So we'll add it in here, right?
Red-haired giants of Lovelock Cave sounds like a porno.
It does, doesn't it, actually? In 1924, archaeologists found the remains of red-haired giants, the Soiti Cha or Piatti folklore in Lovelock Cave, Nevada. Is this fact, fiction, or legend? Lovelock Cave in Nevada was first discovered in 1913 when prospectors found a huge deposit of bat guano in this cave. Was that like early COVID? Since guano was the basis for saltpeter, the main ingredient in gunpowder, the value of the find was obvious. Miners soon found other buried treasure beneath the mounds of guano. However, artifacts and even the remains of what appeared to be red-haired giants known as the Soiti Cha of local Piatti legend. 1924, an archaeological expedition arrived from Berkeley University, and the rest is history, Red, as they say. So,
the old uncles
don't really care. Cave. So the Soiti Cha, the Piattis, a Native American tribe indigenous to Nevada, told early white settlers about their ancestors' battles with ferocious white red-haired giants who were already living in the area. I didn't know where Nevada was next to Coolock.
To be honest with you, I didn't think us gingers would be able to fucking take the Nevada heat. So I don't know how related we are, because I'd be getting like constant headaches from squinting.
So you were desert folk.
Yes, I'd have been no good. I think I'm more of a descendant from Norway because I'm more of a cold fella.
So what, they were like your cousins or something?
But they're in the community, so I'm on their side regardless of what they did or
whatever. Were they like your Mexican cousins? Hey, Red, we're big fucker.
That's fucked up.
So the Piates named them Soiti Cha or tool eaters for two reasons: the fibrous water plants of the joints used to craft rafts for escape, and the fact that often these warriors stole Piatti women thieves. Yeah, typical fucking gingers.
Well, we are irresistible, to be fair.
Right. Especially anyway, there's a whole debate on that there that you can get stuck into if that's your thing. But we'll digress from the ginger joints and we'll move on. We'll bring this a little closer home in the next segment. It's yet again corruption within the Garda forces. So this one's a story where Deliveroo cyclist alleges that they were robbed by a Garda or on Garda. Garda. Let me just pull this up here. The story. So what have we got? Shout out to Deliveroo. Never used them. But yeah.
So making the headlines already. I remember your man had a knock last week.
Yeah. They're up there, you know, two fucking stories, Elvis. They're doing all right. So this story out of the Irish Times, one guard involved in search said it was a legitimate operation as part of his work. So Deliveroo cyclist alleges theft during guard search at her Dublin home. Deliveroo cyclist has alleged items including money were stolen from her home when two men who identified themselves as Garda members searched the property in Dublin. The female delivery cyclist has claimed she was stopped and spoken to by two men who presented as Garda members before they went to her home and carried out a search there. After the search, she claimed a number of items, including money, were missing. She suspected the two men were not Garda members, and so she contacted our local station and made a complaint alleging theft. The woman worked with investigators to formulate evil fits similar to sketch drawings of the men she interacted with. When the drawings were finalised and circulated at the Garda stations, one of the Garda involved in the search identified himself as one of the men in the drawings. Dun, dun, dun.
Sketchy.
Sketchy. So it's like a Murder, She Wrote episode.
Yeah.
So Garda doing Garda shit, basically.
And you know the worst part about this whole story is I'm so torn because I hate both of these equally. Like I hate cyclists and I hate the Garda.
Yeah,
So
but she wasn't acting in the capacity of a cyclist at the time.
I
So
don't care. She's a cyclist. Fuck her in the face.
but right, this comes in a week where like there's Garda up on charges for drug running and all, you know what I mean? So like the force has never been fucking tarnished worse.
In fact, I'd be more on the side to say that, yeah, I believe that he did take it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like,
I mean,
but the Garda will investigate the Garda and come back inconclusive or something. But the fact that she thought, like, no, there's no way these were Garda. Like, they must have been imposters. They must have been pretending. Like, let me sketch these dodgy looking cunts out, probably from Coolock. You know what I mean? Let me sketch them out here. And then the guy's like, yeah, actually, that's me. Yeah, that was me. Didn't rob him, but it was me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of a scumbag do you have to be to go into someone's gaff as a cat? Like, do you literally earn so little money? Like,
what was the out for searching the house? The reason it was like section fucking whatever.
So drawings were finalized, blah blah blah. He said it was a legitimate search operation as part of his work, and the colleague he was with at the time was also identified. The woman's allegations were now being reviewed within the force. A senior officer is currently carrying out a scoping exercise into the circumstances of an interaction with a member of Garda Síochána to assess whether any issues of criminality or discipline arise. No determination was made at this time. Garda headquarters. Garda fucking propaganda. Phoenix Park. So yeah, no reason as to why she was stopped, why she was searched, and then why her residence was then searched afterwards. Don't know. Don't have the details. But just Garda doing Garda shit.
Yeah, I'm glad because listen, the ideal scenario is that like, she doesn't get her money and her shit back. He doesn't end up getting caught and sacked, and then everyone decides to stop cycling. I did say the ideals. I just started throwing that in if we're talking ideals. Like, it's what it is.
Right. Next on the list, we have what would you call him? One of the more dodgy celebrities within the world.
For me?
No. I don't know. Anyway.
Just click the caption because I can't remember what he joined earlier.
R.Kelly back in the news.
Say his name.
What?
Can you say his name actually?
Why?
I don't know. Nowadays you can't even say the fucking names. Like they can't even.
Oh no, he guilty as fuck. Like he did that shit. They have the videos. They have the tapes. But
I'm saying like YouTube will take it down just for saying his name. Like
I don't know, maybe. But he basically the first article I was saying last week was him coming out saying he was going to expose the whole pedophile ring within Hollywood. And then this week, R.Kelly's album sales skyrocket after guilty verdict. So it's the usual shit, you know what I mean? It's like, was it Spotify or something someone was going to take Michael Jackson's fucking records, take his music down or something. Oh no, it was R.Kelly actually. Didn't Spotify and all take his music down off their platforms? They refused to host his music or something like that after that documentary came out on Netflix and all the shit was going through the courts or whatever. So it might have been Spotify or YouTube. One of them kind of pulled his music, but his album sales go through the roof, so you're gonna get money. Let me see what the story is.
How long did he get?
Quickly, you are?
How long did R.Kelly get?
How long did he get?
What was the sentence like?
I don't think he got sentenced. It was just a guilty verdict. He's to go back and find out what you're gonna get now. Promptly, I suppose. Anyway, here we are. R.Kelly was found guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering last month. His album sales have skyrocketed, Rolling Stones reports. To be exact, the disgraced singer's sales have soared an astronomical amount of 500% since his conviction. Kelly's streams increased from 11.2 million to 13.4 million, while his album sales climbed 517%. Additionally, his on-demand audio streams rose 22% and his video streams increased by 23% compared to the 7 days prior to his trial's conclusion. Since the release of the first part of the Lifetime documentary Surviving R.Kelly back in 2018, featuring alleged accusers of the R&B artist, his sales have not taken a hit since the allegations aired and have continued to rise in response. Confirmed that we have terminated 2 channels linked to R.Kelly in accordance with our creator responsibility guidelines, YouTube spokesperson told Reuters in the statement. YouTube has a policy for artists which states that the company can terminate a creator's channel if they're accused of very egregious crime. And as they say, YouTube going to YouTube.
Yeah.
So, it was YouTube. The article kind of answered my question. So, R.Kelly, it's like people went and watched that fucking program and have continued to buy and support his music since then. So,
I haven't watched it.
It's worth a watch. It's one of those documentaries that it's like Free Britney or whatever, It's
Neither.
Not that I watched that either, but I did watch the R.Kelly one, and it's like, again, it's very one-sided bias, but just the viewing of it is very fucking haunting. You know what I mean? Some of the shit going on, you hear about the Aaliyah stuff and all, like, and you're just like, man, he's a sicko.
Like, yeah, man, he was openly married or something to Aaliyah at 40. She was about 14 or something.
No, she was just turned 16, I think. Like, just whatever legal age is, but he was with her, and there's videos of him with her, and he was promoting her for her first, I think her first single. He done the video and all, and the video was weird, and the song was like, age is just a number, and she was like 14, 15. And it's her singing about age is just a number, and he's doing talk shows with her, and he's holding her hand, and it's weird, you know what I mean? And then like all the young ones now, they're older now, but they're talking about they like be pulling up at high schools and all, and be like girls getting picked out, and they'd be brought back in the tour bus, and they're all like 14, 15, and then they start living with them, and they're talking about other girls that were there that are just 16, 17, and all, like there's videos, and all, like the cunt was. He was doing what they were saying he was doing. There was no question.
I'm not questioning his guilt whatsoever.
But, it's a harrowing. Like it's a good documentary. You know what I mean? It's a good documentary. It's not like dodgy. Like it's actually well put together. And if even half the shit that they're saying is true, Jesus Christ, lock that cunt up forever. Like, it's album sales skyrocket. Like the cunt's going to jail, there's still crowds out supporting him and all. It's weird, like, you know what I mean? But so that's that one. Next we have an issue that's very close to all of our hearts at the moment: the woke agenda. Woke school found guilty of covering up rape of girl in transgender bathroom. Father arrested for confronting teachers. So they are just forcing this issue, inclusiveness and blah, blah, blah. And this is the type of shit that you're going to see as a result, I think.
Yeah. Well, listen, and again, not all the time, not everywhere, but the fact that it can happen and they're refusing to say, no, just get it. It's like, that's someone's kid. that can be like bad people. There's bad people everywhere. Even in the even this person, you would get predators that would pretend to be fucking transsexual and shit like that, and all just to go
Man,
into.
you're getting cunts that are like they're getting locked up and they're saying, "Oh, I identify as a woman," just to go to women's prisons, and they're people who have a history of raping women. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, yeah, no, this person identifies, so yeah, in you go there into your little playground, your little playpen there, and have at it like fox into the hen house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll dive into this story here. So, a heartbroken father has accused the Loudoun County, Virginia School District of covering up the brutal rape of his young daughter because the attack occurred in the school's new woke transgender bathroom. Scott Smith, the parent of the ninth grade girl that was attacked, says his child was violently sodomized by a boy wearing a skirt in May
What?
earlier this year. Jesus Christ.
Why did my grade?
Ninth grade. I'd say you're probably looking at what, 14, 15, something like that.
Right.
Now, I've
I
no
just
idea.
I hate that way the Americans do that ninth grade. You go,
Hold on.
we're in fifth class, sixth class, and all that shit. Like, what is that? It's like,
Ages ninth
do
grade.
they start in kindergarten and work the way up, or do we? So, I mean, like,
So 14, no, year 10, UK years. Yeah, 14 to 15, ninth grade.
ninth grade, right?
So I
So
was
4 years,
correct.
4 years.
Unsurprisingly, I was correct. Anyway, so on June 22nd, Smith protested in front of the school board along with hundreds of other angry parents. He was arrested that evening when the school board told cops that the protest was an unlawful assembly. I don't know if you want to watch the video there, but
Stick it on. What else we doing?
Now, you guys, this is an unlawful arrest. I have a First Amendment right. You're right. Okay, thank you. Here's someone speaking rationally. Listen to me. At this point, the meeting is over, right? It's not over. It's not over. We were meeting. We were meeting. If you look,
imagine how fucking how angry that guy must be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that, man.
So 2 months after the incident, the boy, who has not been named, was arrested for violent sodomy. In October, he was arrested again for raping another girl at a different school. Jesus Christ. According to Smith, Loudoun County schools conspired to cover up the rapes to protect the transgender rights. This is what you're getting into, you know what I mean? It's like,
No, the worst thing is
rather than admit fault or deal with it, it's like, let's cover it up. And then it
yeah.
happens again, and let's cover it up. Like, fucking scumbag. Every one of them cunts should be fucking locked up as well. Like,
Yep. But so the worst part is the wokies will read that and be more angry that they're misgendering them and saying, "Boy, it's actually she." Do you know what I mean? Because that's what's important nowadays. Like,
well, is
fucking
it? Because
trauma.
like they're saying it's a boy dressed as a girl, so like unless she has gone on fucking Twitter and announced the fucking made up pronoun, fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, actually, these are sub pronouns now or something. You know what I mean?
That's not-
Identify like from half 9 to half 10 as fucking Z, and from half 10 to half 11 as Zer. It has been so hard to keep my mouth shut and wait this out. It has been the most powerless thing I've ever been through. My wife and I are gay and lesbian friendly. We're not into this children transgender stuff. The person that attacked our daughter is apparently bisexual and occasionally wears dresses because he likes them. So this kid is technically not what? No, he's a fucking psychopath. This kid is technically not what the school board was fighting about. The point is kids are using it as an advantage to get into the bathrooms. On the day of the race, Smith says the school asked him to come to the campus because his daughter had been assaulted. They refused to admit she had been sexually assaulted. Once Smith arrived, school staff told him they would handle the incident internally, choosing not to call the police. Father of the victim was angered by the decision and challenged them on the school board, then called the police to report Smith. Why didn't he just fucking ring the police then? You know what I mean?
I don't understand. Yeah, I'd be like, I'd have been down to a man's gaff and I wouldn't even to the school. I'd have been down to a man's gaff and he'd been fucking calling the police. All right,
Like, we can't. No, there'll be no incitement of violence on here, right? We wouldn't do anything of the sort. There wouldn't be any incidents where guys would be disappearing in the back of vans and being buried up mountains. None of that would happen.
True.
Yeah, I don't want to even read any more of that. That's fucking disturbing, that is. Sick
But I
bastard.
mean, it's and the problem is that like anyone who tries to bring up these sort of situations as a possibility are
Mm,
being cancelled.
Yeah.
It's mental. Like that's why this whole cancel culture thing needs to stop. It's fucking. It's just mad.
Yeah. Right.
Mad.
Anyway, we're gonna
Right,
end on this one.
on to another.
Gonna end on this one. So this one is a camera that caught kind of the center of a hurricane. Thought it was just an interesting little vid. Just something a bit more light-hearted to end on. So let me add this stream up here. We'll check it out. Where are we? Here we go. Right. Add stream. So the video captured by the Sail Drone Explorer SD 1045's onboard camera said to be the first of its kind as it takes the viewer into the center of a hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean. So let me throw this up here. Bit of volume. Back to the start.
So I would actually say that it is actually bored vagina when she hears me rapping.
What?
That's actual footage of him bored vagina when they hear me rapping.
Can you still hear that?
Yep.
Motherfucker. Right.
Can't-
Anyway, sorry, what were you saying there?
Oh, I was just saying that the other round it. Doesn't matter now. It was a joke.
Right. People watching it back, you've already got this. I missed it because I was so enthralled by
Nature.
the sound that I couldn't get rid of.
I like nature.
Nature, you scary.
Yeah, this happened in a hurricane. Ta-da!
All right. I'm standing around there. Be murder. Anyway, that was pretty much it. So now you've seen it. I'm sure your life is more enlightened.
Yeah.
And we've been Red and Terror Show News Views. I hope you enjoyed this segment. And catch you soon for some other shit. Peace out, bitches.